All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Live Button Podcast. We want to first and foremost apologize. We had massive, crazy technical difficulties last week and lost 3
It's been
episodes that we
wild.
had recorded. It was absolutely ridiculous. So, big apologies for that. But we have a very exciting episode for you here this evening. We have brought on one of my longtime friends and content guru, Lorumerth, aka Loru. He knows anything and everything about the space, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, you name it, he's done it. He's been in content creation for the last 7+ years. Used to be just a Twitch streamer, has branched out into doing literally everything else. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce Loru to the podcast. Also, per usual, guys, he needs no introduction. I'm joined by my co-host, DadTheGamer, killing it on
what
the
up,
TikTok
everybody?
lives, killing it on the TikTok lives, killing it on the Twitch streams, absolutely crushing the content creation game. So, Loru, tell us a little bit about yourself. Let the audience know who you are, what you do, and how you do it so well, bro.
So well. What an intro, you know. I like to throw it back a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're following the Live Button Podcast, the best place for content creation tips. Do it. You won't regret it. So thanks for that intro as well,
Love it.
Pastorgainz and Dad the
For
Gamer.
sure.
This is the first time I've met Dad the Gamer formally, Chad.
It
so
is,
thanks
yeah.
very much for that. Yeah, it's been some good times recently in the YouTube verse. You know, obviously the momentum on my YouTube channel has been picking up.
Yeah.
Finally found a good niche. I'm sure we're going to talk about that. But to preface kind of all the stuff, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that have not heard of me. I've been doing content again for a better part of 7 years now. But I've been doing marketing. That's digital advertising, focusing on really all of it. Paid media, organic, social for almost 10 years now. And currently I do day job and I own a team that does paid ads and the reporting and all that stuff they're in. I'm trying not to be too technical, you know. And then after hours, I make content, you know, or I hang out with my wife. And that's my life. So
Makes
That
sense.
seems to be most people's lives, you know.
Yeah,
That's what
most
I'm
of us
saying,
are there.
you know?
That's good.
Literally everybody is like on this call, at least, is like, that's my life too. Excellent. So, you know.
So, dude, you actually, and I think you can probably just drill this point home, is you used to be only a Twitch streamer once upon a time, right? Only a Twitch streamer. And you actually had some decent success with that. I mean, you were getting some decent viewership, but you were streaming 8-9 hour days every single day. Things were kind of sparse. What happened when you decided that that wasn't enough? What happened when you decided to branch out?
It's a great question. What happened was my first year at Twitch, I had a lot of momentum. I hit 2,700 followers the first year. I was averaging like 50, 40 viewers a stream, depending. I was just cramming through. And you'll notice if you go to my Twitch channel, we have barely over 2,800 now, 7 years later. Short of it is I lost my job. I couldn't keep up with stuff. This was not a like, I did bad. The company literally went under 3 months after I was let go, you know? So had to find a job, was really hitting it. I was in a new area. And the short story is it was just rough. It was a rough couple years where I was trying to like balance being a content creator and, you know, paying rent. All of this I don't regret because all of that led me to my now wife. You know, God's got a plan. Everything is for a reason kind of thing. And that is now, you know, I love where I came from. We'll just like put it that way.
Sure.
But as far as Twitch, but why I left just doing Twitch, I was amazed by when I lost my job. I was applying for jobs for like 3 or 4 hours. I was calling places, LinkedIn, Indeed, the whole thing. I would stream for 8-9 hours and I was killing it. That's where a lot of my momentum was coming from because, of course, if you're online Twitch, the raids, the bits, the support coming in, I was there 1,000 years ago, Gandalf. I was there when before bits, you know, I was like, wow, they're letting you donate in.
You were there in 2014 and 15, bro, when all you had to do was stream on Twitch to be big on Twitch.
And that's part of the reason, right? And we're gonna talk about that, okay? And this was a big deal because when I finally got a job and I went back to 4 hours ish a night, I was zombie mode streams. It was hard. It was a new job. I had to take a job, so the job was an 1.5-hour commute one way. I only had to do that twice in my career. It was rough. So I would come home like this, be like, all right, this time ready to no, it was always horrible. So I was like zombie mode, couldn't do it. And I noticed that even when I was high energy on like weekends, I was getting like 15, 20 people. And I did a couple tests and I noticed that the only way to really succeed on Twitch is to be online all day, 6 days a week. I have my first point for you.
I'm ready.
If you stream on Twitch and have been for more than a year and your viewership isn't growing, if your followers aren't growing, that's the better KPI, key performance index or metric you would go for. That's a marketing talk, right? I do followers above concurrent views because followers is growth, period. If your stream's not growing in both followers or viewers in a year, you might as well just go get a day job. Because it's the same time investment, and at least a day job can get you benefits, 401k. Twitch gives you nothing. You get dirt pay, if any. You know, when I got my day job back, I was making about $300 a month after. And this was like, you know, however, you guys know how many hours we put into even 4 streams a week. You know, this ended up being like $2 an hour or something stupid. So I started experimenting with other forms of content. I started experimenting with podcast. I did a stint with my podcast for about a year. That was pretty good. It helped me to practice stuff. I did my stint with some YouTube videos. I did my stint with some TikToks, you know, some short forms. I've done a little bit of everything. This was all in tandem, mind you, while I was managing teams that were doing things during the day. So when I would make a YouTube video and I would make it a certain way, it was because I had seen it be successful for some of my clients when I was managing a team that was like, you know, doing the thumbnails, doing the titles, right? I was still improving, and it was really this awesome thing where I got to practice on both sides of the fence, where like doing content for day job, doing content for, you know, brand stuff. So my first point is like Twitch, just streaming. I'll define what that means in just a second. Just streaming is not the move so much. Every angle, hours, mental health, pay, benefit, life. Like, who are the top streamers? The people that are online 12 hours a day. Asmongold gets so bent out of shape that he goes on his alt and streams video games with no camera, you know, and he's still killing it because he's live all day. Yeah. You got people like XQC that people were calling him a freaking demon because he was live 12 hours a day. I call him a goblin instead. That's not a, compliment. It really is, in my opinion, sad that this is the thing people are aiming at. It's like, oh, I want to be all these kids, or like, oh, I want to be like XQC. So they sit in their chair for 12 hours a day and stream. It's not good balance. It's not a good life. You might as well go get a day job, and at least you get some better pay and you can afford things instead of, you know, Uber Eating to your house and never taking out the trash. Can we talk about that for a second?
Dude, I saw that TikTok, bro.
If you're a millionaire, multimillionaire, how much is a maid, right? Just have her come in. You don't even have to do it. You got the money, hire people. Jeez Louise. So yeah, I could go on, you know. So
of course.
Yeah, you talk quite a bit about, you know, your beginning part of Twitch, and you know, we've talked about this in our past episodes, but how, you know, Twitch and streaming has evolved from just being able to grow on Twitch. And I'm not saying that's obviously, you know, you probably did a lot more to grow your Twitch to 2,700 followers for a year. But for the most part, 5, 6 plus 7 years ago, you were able to just stream on Twitch. What have you seen in terms of how it's evolved to today? And what, if you were to start today streaming, what would you do?
It's a great question. I wouldn't stream, full stop.
Yeah.
No, zero. I'm not talking once a week. I would not stream. You don't stream. Because even on YouTube, the streams, let me like tell you a little tidbit. My YouTube channel, which I'm averaging about 500 subs in 30 days. So but if I keep up with that, and we're going to keep growing because it's been an upward trend, you know.
Definitely.
And because now that I have the formula down, I'm just going to keep doing it. You know, see Pastorgainz YouTube channel. God bless you, man. It's doing well.
I cannot freaking believe it, bro. I'm so excited about it, man.
I went there today and I was like, oh, the video that had 30,000 views yesterday is 38,000. Congrats, dude. Seriously. Fantastic.
Honestly, it is the most humbling and crazy experience. But dude, I'm going to break this. I'm going to interject here. This is a whole nother topic as well. But what you guys don't know is I had a very hard conversation with this guy.
Which guy?
2 weeks prior. You guy, Loru guy. I had a very hard conversation with Loru, and he's always been kind of one of those guys who I've talked about before, who's like, have people in your corner who can keep you straight, who can tell you what you're doing wrong, even if it's hard to hear. And it was hard for me to hear because I was putting all of my Elden Ring content on my Twitch tips and tech channel, and the YouTube algorithm was getting completely scrambled. It had no idea what I was doing.
Doesn't like
no
it.
idea. Hated it.
Same video that got 38,000 views in 6 days had 6 views.
Yes.
In like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
because the algorithm, you know, all that stuff.
I licked my wounds after that conversation, made a new YouTube channel, put out the content, and it is exploding. So all that to be said, this guy Loru knows what he's talking about when like, because I'm a billboard for it, like literally a billboard for it. But sorry, continue on.
It's great.
I just interjected there for a second.
It's a really, really good point, and I'll hit on the 3 things that you were, no other way to say it, doing wrong that other people can get. Is your niche on YouTube needs to be its own channel. So if you're doing Twitch tips and Elden Ring and blah, blah, you could do gaming on one channel. That's a broad enough niche.
Sure.
If you're doing like content creation, content marketing stuff, because that's what it is. It's a content marketing tips channel. It's not just content creation, right? If you then put gaming clips on that channel, the algorithm's going to go, oh yeah, serve it to his subs. And they're going to go, what the hell is this? And they're not going to look at it. They're not going to click it. And then because when it goes out to 10 people and one person clicks, they serve it to 2 people, right?
Sure.
Because that's the algorithm is just that. They serve it to 10 people. If most of them click, they serve it to 10 more people, and then it just keeps going and going. Right.
That's exactly why I created I told Pastorgainz this about a month and a half ago. I created my secondary channel because my primary channel is all Warzone stuff. My Warzone videos do incredibly well. You know, they'll get, you know, whatever 10,000 views and a bunch of likes and comments, whatever. But as soon as I put anything else other than Call of Duty on there, it tanks. You know what I'm saying? Just no views, no nothing. And so then I said, you know what? I'm going to do a separate channel where it's tutorials, where it talks about, you know, whatever streaming stuff, the stuff that I've done. And my other one's solely going to be, you know, what it is, which is, you know, Call of Duty Warzone, because that's, you know, as everyone knows, that's like my forte.
That's what you do.
That's your thing, dude. That's your thing.
That's it. That's my thing.
So, Laura, going back to the original question that Dad had, why zero streaming in 2023? I think a lot of people want to know, because a lot of our listeners are streamers.
My YouTube analytics, 80% of my subscribes come from non-live content.
Sure.
And it's not that I do less streams, and I do less streams. It's that it's literally inverted. If I look at my analytics of every live stream that I've done on YouTube, which they have better analytics than Twitch, so already it's like, go there, you know. If you're going to stream, just do YouTube. On my live streams, the percentage of people coming in, 90% of the viewers coming in are subscribed, to the channel. Wow. But the other way, the curated videos, the shorts, it's 90%, 80% are not subscribed, and they need to subscribe. So I tell them to like sub. So what you should take from this is like, the streams bring in people that already know you. And we already know this, like instinctively. Like the streams are there for current community engagement. Why I say don't stream is because when you're brand new, nobody knows you. You need to put more time into getting known. And I'm going to talk about how to get known. That's one of my points that I definitely want to like bring to y'all, like what it is. But when you're brand new, you need to focus on improving being a content creator. So there's really 3 or 4 ways that I've seen en masse with a very broad stroke people be successful on live streaming. I'm not just talking Twitch. I'm talking Facebook gaming, because Facebook gaming is bigger than people think. Z-Lane are pulling in thousands of people a day.
100%.
People don't talk about it.
That place is the Wild West, bro.
I've heard weird so
they pay very well.
Hear about it.
They pay very well.
Yes, they have a creator fund, all that stuff. So, here's the ways that I found broad stroke you can be successful on as a streamer. We're not even talking about content creator yet. Okay, the first one is a god gamer. Okay, or a god at something you're doing. You don't have to be a gamer. You can be like a woodworker. If you're an expert and visibly an expert at a thing, people are going to follow you. Faker has streams where he doesn't talk. No face cam sometimes, but he's still got thousands of viewers. Why? It's Faker. People, you learn by osmosis watching the guy. You're like, that's possible? That's a thing? You're watching. That's how it is. I can't play League. I watch his stream. I'm like,
I've seen his stream before. It's incredible. He's a really good player.
You learn by watching him. So that's why people go. It's because it's this live vicariously through them. They're better than me. When they win, I win with them kind of thing, right?
Sure.
The second one, and I could have an entire episode about this, is be sexy. Now, if you're attractive, people follow you. It's a similar live vicariously thing where if you're fit, if you're like, there are bodybuilders like Bajira, who does World of Warcraft stuff. I love this guy. He's sponsored by bodybuilding.com. His morning streams are gains. He goes gains, and then the next time he does ranked arena, he's one of the best warriors I've ever seen. He'd kill me every time. You know, it's
every single. He's nuts, dude.
But exactly, the niche he has is like he's really good at WoW PvP, and he's built like a tank. You know, people follow him because they like that vibe. They like that niche. If you're into fitness, you go follow Bajira. You don't follow me. I don't do workout streams. I don't put out workout content, right? People that are playing EVE Online, which I make currently, they ain't doing the workouts. I can almost tell you that much. You know what I'm saying? I can assume this. You know what I'm saying? So EVE Online is a bit nerdy, more than a bit nerdy. So, you know, the third way is if you have personality. This is your Ludwigs. This is your Tim the Tatmans. Now, you're going to notice that Tim especially is both a god gamer and he's fit, but it's not necessarily his main content. And he's really funny. So you're going to find a combination of these typically is at the top, right?
Yeah.
But this personality is like your Ludwigs. Very personable, very like high energy, and everything's funny. This is Ludwig's talked about this. He went to take improv classes. And that's one of the reasons that he's successful on Twitch, because he's just lightning rod of ideas all freaking time, right? This is one of the ways I found to be successful. And it's also the one that's most misunderstood. This is not the hey everybody, come to my stream. We
Yeah.
have chill vibes.
Oh my God. Don't get me started with the chill vibes. Okay, don't get me started with it.
Take the chill vibes out. Okay. If everybody's doing chill vibes and you're also there, you're just another one of those people.
100%.
You're not going to get found because you're in a sea. It's called the blue ocean strategy. I've talked to Pastorgainz a lot about it. If you're in a blue ocean, there's a lot, sorry, if you're in a red ocean, it's a lot of competition. The analogy is there's blood in the water. There's sharks in the water. You're not going to get found because there's just muck in the water. You're not going to get found. You go into a blue ocean, you make your own niche, you do your own thing, then, well, you're going to be alone there. You're going to be easier to find. So first is God Gamer or expert at a thing. You know, you got that woodworking streamer that was just doing woodworking on the stream and he was getting thousands of viewers because it was awesome, you know. Second one is be sexy or be fit. You know, this is like live vicariously through them being fit. And third is like personality to put on a show. I am number 3. I don't hold illusions. I'm not unless people enjoy thick mustaches. You know, they're not coming to my
Everybody, your mustache is grade A. I'll put that out there.
Thank you very much. It took me.
Mine was good,
I woke up like this. You know, so
I was wrong.
I can't grow a beard. Pastorgainz got me. He's like, he shaved this morning. Look at him. Look at him.
Listen,
you know,
it's already there. No, I'm with you. I'm with you on number 3. I feel like most people. Listen, I know I'm a good-looking guy here, all right? But I promise you, I promise you, I'm not in the best shape. Maybe 10 years ago, right? But I'm not in the best shape in the world anymore. And I know I'm not, you know, an elite Call of Duty player. That's not my forte. But I'm with you. I'm a big proponent of trying to stand out, right? I proposed a question, I don't know, probably 6 months ago. I think I posted a TikTok about it. And the question I asked was, you know, how do you stand out? What is your stream about?
I can tell you.
And most people's answers was that. It was like, oh, I got good vibes. I got chill vibes. And it's like, dude, all your answers are the same. Like everybody's answers are the same. Like that your stream isn't standing out, right?
When everybody's chill.
Yeah, everybody's chill. Oh, I have a great community of welcoming people. Listen, everybody has that, right? Everybody has that same thing. How do you separate yourself from everyone else? And, you know, this is a whole nother episode, but people forget that you have to be entertaining. That's the bottom line, right? If you're in the third category, right, which most people are in the third category, most people are not going to be in the top 0.1% of whatever game that you're playing in terms of skill. You know, you're probably, most people are not, you know, streaming fitness stuff, right? They're not out there showing their gains, right? Unless you're somebody like Samson CJ, who's got a gym on top of a damn mountain and
on top of the mountain.
Yeah, gains and gains, you know.
Delving too deep, you know what I'm saying?
Right? Most people are number 3. Most people are going to get your views from, you know, having personality, people really gravitating towards, you know, you talk about Tim the Tatman, right? Like I kind of, I don't know, I want to say model my stream off of him, but like, that's kind of like who I am. I'm very high energy. I talk a lot. You know, I almost, you know, overreact to things, right? But my stream loves it. My stream, you know, they hang out and they enjoy hanging out and they get a kick out of just the things that happen in my stream. So 100%, like most people are going to be number 3. And if you're number 3, you have to find a way to be entertaining. That's the bottom line, because there's too many people.
What I mean by that, though?
Absolutely.
Because I think people are going to misunderstand. I'm not talking about like, I died. Oh, poggers. No, it's boring. Everybody does these things. You know, everybody's got the channel point rewards. Everybody's got this. You gotta rise above whatever you're doing by one level. Let me like define this. When I played Dead by Daylight way back in the day, and this guy's still Twitch partner, pulls in a couple hundred viewers a stream, killing it. Vincent Vega, he invented a system where literally made it himself, where he was playing Dead by Daylight and he had this little, like, this was before the Streamlabs wheel, you know, where you could spin stuff. I used it today, for God's sake. He had a perk randomizer segment where he would go, am I going to play killer or survivor? If you ever play DBD, you know, random. Okay. Then if it's killer, random perks, random killer. Can I get a 4 kill if I'm the killer? Can I get out if I'm a survivor? Random, everything's random. This was a blast. This propelled him to Twitch partner. Why? He was playing Dead by Daylight just like everybody else. He's just as personal as everybody else.
I can answer that for you.
Oh, do it.
I think you're going to start seeing this more often. If you could find a way for viewers to interact with your stream directly with your stream, That is what is key, right? And for those that are listening, there's been in my stream, you see my stream, you kind of know what I'm talking about, right? For those that have never been in my stream, I have a lot of unique channel point redemptions that interact with my gameplay. So as I'm playing Call of Duty Warzone on my screen, as I'm playing, I have one that's a flashbang, so it flashbangs my entire screen. So it looks like I'm actually getting flashbang in the screen, but somebody did a channel point redemption. Or another one where my entire screen goes dark. I can't see anything for, I think I have made it for like 20 seconds, right? Stuff like that. People are able to interact with the streamer in real time. I think that's, really where streaming is going to go in the next couple of years. And you're going to see a lot of streamers take advantage of that. And those are the streamers, I feel like those are the streamers that are going to capitalize on it. And and maybe in a couple of years, hopefully, maybe I'll be one of those Twitch streamers where everyone's like, oh, look at TheDadTheGamer stream. He had a lot of success, and this is the things that he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one of the biggest ways to do this. But I can sum it up for you in like a sentence. You got to be bigger than the game. You're just, hey, everybody, come watch me do Mythic Plus. Nobody cares.
Yep.
Come watch me grind Rainbow Six. I don't care. Nobody does. Unless you're Macy J, nobody's going to watch your ranked grind. Unless you're Pengu. I used to play Siege. I love Siege. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Nobody's going to watch it unless you're Summit, right? Summit 1G. If you're playing Sea of Thieves and you're just broing around with your buddies, you might get some fun clip for TikTok. And there's a part of that might go viral, But if someone's playing Sea of Thieves, I know, I got to go watch that. He's going to be trying to steal someone's treasure. It's going to be a good time. But why do I know that? And this is really the thing that I want to push on this, why I said 0 streams. I'm streaming about 3 to 4 times a month now, maybe every weekend, maybe. Because every stream I do is an event. I'm not just playing the game. I streamed today. I did the first ever hide and seek event inside of EVE Online. It's never been done in the game ever. I made the system. I created it. I ideated it too long, actually. I spent too much time.
I feel that.
And this is why today was my highest concurrent viewership stream in years. Because I'm not just, all right, everybody, we're going to play EVE. No, I'm doing something never been done. I had entire guilds, corporations in EVE following me around because what I did was in my cargo hold was 10 billion in-game money, ISK. This is like 5 months of work, depending on who you are. That's a lot of work, so people wanted to come after me. I had literal corporations follow me and go and get him, because if they killed me, they could take the money. That was the deal. This had people coming to my stream going, hey, where are you? I'm like, you're going to have to find out. You keep on watching the stream, sub. And this encouraged the interaction. All of a sudden, I'm above playing the game, because my job, I'm posing you my second point, maybe my third point. I don't remember anymore. This is for the audience, not just for y'all. Do you want to be a content creator, or do you want to get paid playing video games? Because they are not the same.
Two different
at
things.
all.
100%.
Completely different. If you are a god gamer, that number one, you can get paid playing video games. But guess what? Esports salaries suck. You look at the data of the industry, you just do a quick Google search. Esport players, so they might be getting paid a lot. How much mental health are they sacrificing? How long are their careers lasting? 2 years, 3 years? When they're actually going to tournaments and then they burn out for whatever reason, is it worth the money if you're still going to you're developing no other skills while you're practicing Counter-Strike, right? You don't know how to balance your checkbook. You don't know how to some of these people don't know how to, I'm not going to name names. Some of them were doing a cooking stream and they were like, how do I boil water? This was not a joke.
Oh my God, bro.
Which one do I do? Which knob do I pull? And I'm like, what in the Truman Show is going on here?
But that is the mentality that if you stay on Twitch long enough, that's what it breeds. That's what
Twitch wants. That's what Twitch wants.
That's what they want you to be on the platform the entire time. So you don't have any other skills. You don't
and you have nowhere else to go, right? Yes. No other platforms that you built out. And so you're just stuck at Twitch.
Yeah. And what I've noticed,
go ahead.
What I've noticed is that as soon as my other social medias and my other content really started to do well, the pressure of I have to stream all the time goes away. It completely goes away, and streaming becomes something that I enjoy rather than something that I have to do. You know what I mean?
If you're just streaming all day and you're not getting any results and you're not getting as much, pay as you would have, just go work at Starbucks.
Yep.
And then develop your skills after. I want to go to my third thing here. I have some data for your people.
Send it.
I love data, dude.
We are in the first ever real Twitch recession, ladies and gentlemen, as of August 2022. Okay.
I heard this was a thing that was happening.
Data. Okay. You go to Sully Gnome. It's right on the front page of sullygnome.com where all the Twitch stats is, okay? I have, in August 2022, the average viewers that month, okay, was about 2.5 million, 2,600,000, okay? The average viewers in December, okay? Now, there's a holiday lull, so I'll like give you that. Let's go to November. It's 2,300,000. So where average viewers are down about 7%, okay, month over month. So we're looking at, if I go to past 365 days, average viewers on Twitch down 7% in the last 365 days. We are still in a semi-locked down, depending on what we're talking about, environment. And the online streaming world is of Twitch is seeing a reduction in average viewers, but it doesn't stop there. The number of streams in the past 365 days, unique streams, has increased by 10%.
Yeah.
Less viewers, more streams. That's supply and demand. You're not going to grow on Twitch. We've heard this before. I'm quantifying it for you. Okay. Here's a fun one. The average channels in the past 365 days are down 11%. Down.
I see that.
So less people are streaming. They're burning out. They're leaving Twitch. The people that are staying are streaming more to less viewers.
It's a very interesting puzzle we've kind of put here.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's interesting.
Okay, so this is my job. If I can sum it up, my entire day job is the word optics. And what this means to me is, what behaviorally is the data saying? The data is telling me that viewers are finding other things. This is a bunch of reasons. Twitch's top content recently is nothing but high school drama, hot tub sex scenes, or, you know, someone doing a fun LCS event, right? There's basically nothing else. You know, is there drama going on? Is that what the top title is? Great. Let's have everybody do it. Or literally watching anime on Twitch. I don't want to talk about it. Sheesh. You got people leaving Twitch for a bunch of reasons. You got content creators leaving Twitch for a bunch of reasons. But the people that are staying on Twitch are streaming more than ever because they're, I'll quote my favorite movie, Lucky Number 11. It's the Twitch makes dreams the stuff of pipes. Okay. It makes it so that you feel like you're doing a lot of work. I set up my subs. I set up my sub badges, my buttons below Twitch. I got my Nightbot commands going. I've done all this quote work. So why would I want to go to this other platform? Here's why. And this kind of brings me into one of my like final points, and we can definitely talk about whatever else y'all want. You got to develop marketable skills. My favorite moment in my content creation career, and Pastorgainz know this, I was taking a class by Casey Neistat, who's a guy that does, I don't have to introduce him, YouTube extraordinaire, right? Millions of subs on the tube. I was taking a class with him, and he was like, you're going to make a video, a YouTube video. He called them movies, by the way, which is already like a mentality shift where it's not a YouTube video. I'm making a movie already. I'm like, okay. He said, you're going to make it with your phone. You're going to use the mic on your phone. You're going to use the camera on your phone. Put down your DSLR. I got one over there. You know, put it down. Use your phone. This video, recording it, ideating it, editing it, while the sound wasn't great and the picture was kind of blurry, it was like, I was so proud of it. You know,
I've seen this video and it's super good. It's super good, bro.
Thank you. It really means a lot to me. You know, but why? That video is like, I was a painter and I made a painting and it's there. And I'm proud of it. It's not because you stream and you play a game and you got to do it again tomorrow. So it loses this uniqueness and all that stuff, right? So are you a content creator, or do you want to get paid playing games? Get played paying games. You know, I don't even, my lipdexia coming out, right? So if you're growing your market, go ahead, sure.
No, what I was gonna say is what you're onto something here, which is what you see a lot of these big streamers leaving Twitch for, especially if they go to YouTube in general. They all say the same thing. We lack creativity. Yeah. We don't have a creative outlet. I'm sorry, if you are only playing video games on your stream every single day, day in and day out, and trying to grow a Twitch stream, fine. Do you? I don't know how that's going to go for you. But if you move to what Loru just said, making movies or making other content, or like, you are going to get a creative outlet that is so much more intense than just hitting the live button and streaming a video game.
Okay. Yeah, no, 100%. You talk about the developing skills, marketable skills. I mean, a year and a half ago, I didn't know how to edit, right? I knew nothing about audio. I knew nothing about, you know, camera and picture, right? Like I think my camera looks halfway decent, right? I knew nothing about most of this tech stuff that I've learned so far, like I said, I've mentioned this many times. I've taught myself programming now. Like I know at this point, I know, you know, enough. I know a lot of Python. I know enough JavaScript and HTML to be dangerous, right? But like these are skills that I didn't have, you know, a year and a half ago. And, you know, I developed personally over the course of a year and a half. And God forbid, if I say one day I don't want to be a streamer or content creator anymore, I know for a fact that I can go post some stuff and get, you know, jobs for editing, right? For other content creators. I know for a fact that I can go probably get, you know, hired somewhere doing software engineering, you know, or maybe get, you know, contracting to do, you know, do those kind of projects, right? So, you know, there's a lot of people that kind of miss out on that kind of stuff, and they don't, you know, we had an entire episode where we talked about developing skills, and, you know, we're not going to sit there and go into it too much because we already had an episode on it, but 100%, I mean, you start to develop skills. If you really call yourself a content creator, you start to develop all these skills that really bleed over into so many other industries that people don't realize.
Well, why do you have to be a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber?
Yeah.
This is one of my big points. Is like, I got a buddy that was like, I was telling him, look, I don't really play games anymore. I'm playing some Valheim because it's so cozy. I love this game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I love Valheim. It's awesome. I'm playing just building a fun Viking hut. Awesome, you know. But I'm not playing really a lot of games comparatively. I'm sure everybody on this call and those listening were like, I was the raid leader and main tank in my World of Warcraft guild. Okay. I played a lot.
Solid game.
A lot.
Solid game.
It was too much. It was too many things. I played too much. And I was telling one of my buddies literally two nights ago, I don't really play games anymore. He's like, oh yeah, I'm playing like 10 hours a week, something like that. And I was like, you got to get a hustle, man. You got to do something. He's like, well, you know, I'm really liking like taking photos. And he showed me some of his photos. And I was like, these are great. This is good. Sometimes you have like natural talent for stuff. And I was like, go take a like photography class. And he was like, oh, why would I do that? And I'm like, because you could be better. It's this weird thing where like you see this kind of, I'm not ragging on my buddy. He knows that I'm really pining for him. You know, he's going to go do great things with all his photos. Right. But you see this kind of pride on Twitch where it's, I don't want to go work at a creative agency editing videos. I don't want to go work at a social media company editing thumbnails. I don't want to go I don't want to be an audio engineer. I want to be famous, and I want to be my David. You know, why can't we? And in fact, I'll pivot a bit. How many YouTube subs? I told this to Pastorgainz, so don't tell Pastorgainz. How many YouTube subs, Dad, do you think people on average attain and are making full-time income? What I mean by that is about 70 to 80 grand a year. How many YouTube subs?
Are you saying like per month?
How many YouTube subs total?
Oh, total. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm making about 70, 80 grand a year. How many do you think?
I would honestly probably say 50,000.
He does around 80,000. 80,000 subs. Way less than people think. Now, that's a lot of subs.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But it's not, you don't even got the 100,000 silver play button yet. You know?
Yeah.
Making 80, if I was making 80 grand on YouTube, you know what I'm saying?
My dude. That would be insanity.
I'm not a marketer by day job anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta do this, right?
But when you look at it through a different lens, it's like you have 3,000 subs now. You only need
road to
77,000.
And your gain, honestly, you talked about, you know, when you started the episode, like gaining 500 subs a month, I think is what you said, right? Like that is an incredible pace. Like, bar none. I mean, obviously, and once again, you're just kind of going up and up and up. So, you know, once again, I mean, we talked about in a previous episode, it's just content creation and streaming and everything, right? It's just something that you do, but it's going to take a very long time to get to a point, right, where you could look at it one day and you're like, oh, look what I did. This is awesome. And now I can quit my job and I can go do this. But most people, you know,
go get a job you like.
Exactly. Go get a job you like, right? But most people don't have that patience to do it for year after year after year to slowly build up to that point. And that's, you know, obviously.
And those people are going to get left behind. Those people are going to be the ones streaming to 3 viewers in 4 years, playing the same game, saying, I have a good vibes, you know.
Good vibes.
I'm not trying to be mean to people. I'm trying to wake people up. You know, because it's, I'm tired of friends of mine that they've been streaming as longer than I have, 8, 9 years, and they're still streaming to 4 people.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah.
They're streaming to 4 people and they don't innovate. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Is you don't, and innovation is not, I got new emotes. Nope. Try a different game. Try the show. I was getting 6 views a video. I did Elden Ring Let's Plays. Okay. 6. And nobody was watching them because they're Let's Plays. I started making guides for EVE Online. And I'm getting thousands of views, keeps it going. People are coming in the live stream. Bro, they're typing in the live stream today, bro, I love your content. I literally came back to Eve because of your content. I'm like, this is massive honor. Thank you very much. Use my referral link. The point is that everybody didn't like when I was just playing the game, even though I made it into a curated episode. I was editing a 3-hour playthrough and putting it down to like 30 minutes-ish, 6 views. I make a 10-minute video about how to haul. You can literally be a truck driver in Eve because people need stuff on that side of space from that side of space. Sure. I make a video about hauling. I get 2,000 views in like a couple of days, you know, because, and I'm going to give you the formula now. Okay. Here's my formula. Okay. I make searchable infotainment.
Yes.
Okay, with a damn good thumbnail. All right. Not just like, go look at my thumbnails and just use them as like, don't call it a masterclass because I'm still learning, but at least I'm getting views for God's sake. You know, sheesh. Some of the other YouTubers that are just doing like a picture of the game and some text, it's not going to fly, right? Infotainment, meaning a guide, some kind of value. Okay. Here's how you get found. You give value. You teach what you already know, because everybody knows something. If I wanted to, I can go make a bunch of WoW guides right now, but I don't want to be known as a WoW person. I'm trying other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You do in your heart. You do in your heart.
I don't want to think about it. You know? I don't want to give Blizzard my sub money anymore. You know?
No.
Hashtag not my company. You know, From Software has replaced my heart with where like Blizzard was, you know, Armored Core, baby. Oh, come on.
It's coming.
You know, souls with mechs. I digress. The point is infotainment. That is, during the video, I max out my video at like 15 minutes, right? I really try to keep it like below 15 because above 8, you can get the mid-rolls. So you got to go the mid-roll ads. So you go for 8 minutes. 10 minutes is good enough. It used to be 10. They lowered it to 8, whatever. So infotainment, so that when people click, it's engaging and they come back.
Yes.
But they have to click first. That's why you have to have a searchable title. That's also, you know, eye-catching. And you have to have a damn good thumbnail. Because if I search, here's a common one in Eve. My biggest video in Eve, what made me keep doing it was I did keyword research, and you can go do this today. I'll tell you exactly how. You go to YouTube, okay? You open up YouTube. I've told you this, Pastorgainz. It's called Alphabet Soup Keyword Research. I'm going to type in Eve in YouTube. I'm in the YouTube search bar. Eve Online space the letter A. What comes up? What are the top 3 things? Eve Online Abyssal Guide. Literally have those videos queued. Eve Online ambience. Looks like I have to make some Eve Online ASMR. Thank you very much. You know, so this, but this, you don't need to sit there and go, what do I think? No. It's not about what you think. It's about what's being searched. Answer the question. Practice doing that. So it's informative and entertaining infotainment when they click, but it's also built in such a way that these videos I'm putting out are searchable. So my best video that I put out 6 months ago is still my best video. It gets 200 views a day-ish.
Nice.
Right? Spikes on certain days, goes lower on other days, whatever. But it's still my best video because it's one of the biggest questions people in Eve are trying to answer, which is, how do I make money in Eve? How do I get rich? You know, and I say, oh, and I did a real fun thing. The title used to be How to Get Rich in Eve in 2022. Guess what the title is now?
Is it 2023, dude?
Oh, damn right it is. You know, because that applies this year, baby. It's the same information, you know? So infotainment, clickable YouTube thumbnails, and whatever. The third one is I'm streaming events for exactly what I was saying at the very beginning of the stream. The people that are subscribed, they're not in my Discord necessarily. They're not following me on Twitter necessarily. Today on stream, I was like, want some skins that the Eve devs gave me for my birthday to give away to you, because that is my birthday stream too. Thank you very much. You know? I said, in order to win these skins, you have to join the Discord. There's a giveaway chat. We got 100 new Discord members today. That's the highest amount of Discord members I've gotten in one day ever. A lot. Right,
but you gave people a reason. You know, you gave them a reason
to follow, which brings me, gentlemen and ladies listening, to my point. How do you get found? You have to have perceived authority. I didn't say authority. I said perceived authority, right? I don't care if you don't know everything about the thing. You have to come off like you do.
You have to make it, fake it until you make it. Fake it until you make it, dude.
And you don't even need to like, Eve is so deep. I'm never, ever going to know everything about Eve, but I just talk about what I know, right? There are other creators that are like, here's how to make the maximum amount of money per hour. You know, it's like millions and millions of hours, hundreds of millions, whatever. I'm never going to be that guy. I talk about fun per hour. I talk about, I don't want to be doing stock trading in Eve because you can. It's that deep. You know, I just want to play the game. I want to go shoot some ships. So here's how I sell my stuff in 5 minutes and I get back into space. People appreciate that, you know? So You have to get perceived authority. And how you do that is by making value for potential community members. People only started showing up for me when I stopped making watch me play the game Let's Plays. And I started making guides, Pastorgainz, exactly with your Elden Ring content. People would say, why would you make Elden Ring content? It's so saturated. Because you're you. You're unique. And you got 38 something thousand views in 6 days.
So. When people can 100% tell when you are passionate about what you're talking about.
They're great.
If you go into any of my Elden Ring videos, I'm just excited to be showing up at the YouTube party, dude. Like, I'm just pumped to be there. I'm stoked I know how to edit a YouTube video. I put it out, and I'm just happy that I have people commenting nice things in my comment section. Like, that's the whole thing, is I'm not trying to perceive myself as being this Elden Ring god who knows how to do all this stuff and can get you all these runes and can kill bosses in one hit. That's not me. But what I am going to show you is really, really fun ways how to play that game and to enjoy the community that is in that game as a whole. That's what I'm doing. And it is working. And I'm just going to keep doing it until it starts to kind of not work. And then I'll adjust and do something different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing says you can't. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I've been talking a lot.
No, you're good. So you talked about providing value, and I've talked about this many times, and I'm going to take it to my niche, right? Call of Duty videos and Call of Duty, in general. It's obviously a very oversaturated game to stream, very oversaturated game to create content for. But if you really look at the people that are having a lot of success, they're doing one or two things. They're either their videos are highly engaging, right? There's always something happening. For me, for example, I usually, will do people. I get a lot of feedback and a lot of great engagement on my, dumbass plays by an average Warzone player. I do stupid things in the game. Stupid things happen, right? But people love those videos. They typically make people laugh. I get tons of views on them, tons of likes, right? But you could scroll through. I could scroll through TikTok nonstop, and I see the same videos over and over again with Call of Duty, and it's like these super sweaty, trick shot plays. And if you look at it, it's like 90 views, 150 views, 120 views, because you're just competing against everybody else, right? And you could whatever game that you can literally put that in, that same concept to any game. Every single game is the same, rather it's Call of Duty, League of Legends. If you're just in the sea of ocean of everybody that's doing the same thing, nobody's going to find your content. Now, don't get me wrong. Once again, it's inevitable that you will have a video pop off. There are people that create content all the time who get a video with a few 100,000 views on a consistent basis. Not on a consistent basis, every once in a while, right? But it's how can you get that consistently over and over and over again? That's what's going to drive viewers to, go from your TikTok or your YouTube shorts and go, you know what? I want to follow this person because their content is funny, their content is hilarious, whatever, right? You're providing some kind of value to that person. And I'll be, once again, trick shots or being, the top percentile in the game is already really hard to do. You're already competing against so many other people. Find a way to make funny, engaging content. I'll use an example. I wish I had his name. I just discovered him on TikTok. He makes hilarious content on Call of Duty. He sings in the game, right? And they got this new prox chat thing. He's got prox chat now, so he sings in the game, and people are just go crazy over it.
My mind is telling me no.
Yeah, dude, people. But his videos get hundreds of thousands of views, right?
Yep.
And
why,
so
though? It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. I am 100% in firm believer you will get more views by people laughing at your content than you ever will by hitting the most banger shot that you've ever hit in the game. Like that's just the bottom line. I think it's proven over and over again. And another shout out to this guy Crafty. He's got some really good content right now where when he downs somebody, he makes them tell a joke. And
I've seen this guy.
Yeah, really good content. He makes him tell a joke, and if you make him laugh, you live. If you dies, then or if you don't make him laugh, you die, right? He blew up. I mean, I think he was at like 40,000 followers on TikTok. He's at like 140,000 followers. Every single one of his videos has hundreds of thousands of views, right? You just have to find a way to be innovative in whatever your niche is, whatever your game that you're playing in. Be innovative and make your content stand out versus everybody else. Because if you post a video and then next you're scrolling and your video is the same as all these other videos that you're scrolling past, just think about that for a second, say, hold on a second, my video was just that same thing.
Right.
And you know, you have to figure out a way to make your content stand out.
Well, and that goes back to the original conversation, which is just be one step up. Just elevate your content one step up from the rest of the people there. He took Warzone, which is, in my opinion, the most saturated
100%
Twitch experience in the world. So more power to you, Dad, for being in that space and doing well at it. But he just said, okay, what if I add jokes to this?
Right.
Like, it was just a very simple thought. And then that transformed into, let's make this vertical TikTok format content where I'm going to do exactly what you just said. And people resonated, and it caught fire, and he exploded.
Right. I'm going to piggyback off what you were saying, Dad, and a little bit of what you were saying, PG, to I'm going to maybe correct a little bit. You said your competition is everybody else making one of those videos. It's not, in my opinion. Your competition's Shroud. Your competition's Tim the Tap Man. Your competition is Dr. Disrespect. The Diction is here. You know, those are your competitions, because the people doing fun trick shots that don't also have the big following, they might pop off on a video. But the doc is popping off every video. Tim's popping off every video. You know, your competition are those people. The other people, they're all competing with the big names. So it's not just a red ocean. It's like a red ocean inside of a red ocean, for God's sake. Sheesh, there's just so much competition. And the big one is you make these videos on TikTok. You do these trick shot videos. You get hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok. And as of like last week, the US government is still talking about banning TikTok.
Yep.
Okay. It's something that's in the news. As a marketing advertiser person, I'm keeping my eye on it. You know, it's one of those, like, it might never happen, but tomorrow I could be like, hey, I can't log in. That's weird. Guess I have an hour back of my life. No more toilet scrolling. You know what I'm saying? We all do it. I know we do. So if the platform breaks, and I think I told you this many, many years ago, what happens to your brand? If you have no marketable skills, if you are just good at Warzone and decent at making clips, what are you going to do? You're just going to do the same thing over there? How exhausting, right? How about you develop marketable skills? And this kind of goes back to what I was saying. I guess we'll just end it here. When I was making that video on my phone, it was the first time in my life that I was like, I could be like a filmmaker. I could be like a director, or like a storyboard person, or a script writer. All of a sudden, it was like I watched 10 doors appear. Because I was practicing my marketable skills, and I tried and I made something, not, you know, a funny clip, but like, and those are good, but I made a sculpture versus a little thing. And how you get there is you just practice the marketable skills. Go make, Mr. Beast said this. He did a big paid conference where, like, people paid Mr. Beast to be like, how can I be like you? And they were like, I'm just starting my like YouTube channel. What should I do? He goes, make 100 thumbnails.
I saw this.
Make 100 thumbnails.
That's,
you know, people are like, oh, but
crazy.
all your thumbnails are like exactly the same. Be like, you just passed PewDiePie. You're talking down to the man that just passed the man. You know, come on. Hughes is just chilling, and of course he's slowed because he's just enjoying his like retirement, whatever. But Mr. Beast just passed PewDiePie because his thumbnails are incredible. They're very clickable, and I think he said value every time.
He pays $15,000 per thumbnail that he makes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Insane.
Yeah. Right, but he has to also have the wherewithal to know what's good, because you can just. This is one of the. I mean, I could literally talk more about this, but like, don't pay for something that you haven't done yourself. Right? Go edit 100 videos. Go edit 100 shorts. Edit, not download and upload. You know, edit them to be better. To cut out the, you know, like the breaths and the
oh
you know,
my goodness!
Like, we talked all about that last week.
God, like I spend about an hour in all my videos. They're 10 minutes long, but I spend about an hour going like, everybody, welcome in to the you know, just get them out. If I know there's AI programs out there, but I don't trust them yet. You know, thanks ChatGPT. The point is that develop your marketable skills so that you're protected, really. And for a slew of other reasons, one of the biggest ones being, if and when this downward trend of Twitch continues, quantifiably, by the way, not just my opinion, what are you going to do? Stop just being a gamer who streams and start being a content creator in all meanings of the word. If you do a YouTube video and make 100 of those, 100 videos, you have made thumbnails, edited sound, edited video, you're going to like one of those more than the other. If you're like, man, I really like sound.
Yep.
I like doing audio. Maybe I should go be like, how do I be a sound engineer? How do I go make EDM music? It's one of my small dreams. We'll see if that ever happens, you know, just one of those. I love sound stuff. I love like, thank you, Edley. I love tinkering with it. I love tinkering with all the sound, you know, like, so that's fun. Maybe I go do that. But if you like image editing, how do you go be like a digital artist? How do you go work for a company that these are everywhere? Kevin O'Leary, in the height of the pandemic, Mr. Wonderful, I've said this 1,000 times, said, I stopped hiring engineers and I started hiring storytellers, content creators, and bloggers because he needed somebody that could make content. It's never been in more demand, and people still just want to go play League of Legends to 3 people.
And think that all of a sudden everyone's going to flood in and be like, oh my God, he's online. We need to watch this one person play League of Legends.
Even
when
if
there's 100,000 people streaming the damn game, but for whatever reason, I'm going to have people are going to come to me. And just not
develop
the case.
your skills instead of playing the game. So.
I love it. Listen, Loru, thank you so much for coming on the Live Button podcast, man. We absolutely appreciate it. I know I appreciate it personally. Dad and I are really humbled that you came in, and it was great. It was a banger of an episode. We really, really appreciate you, bro. The thing we do at the end of every single episode, dude, is we want to be able to have our community also see what you're all about. So where can people find you on your socials, drop your links, all that kind of jazz?
Sure. Well, if you open up your browser, type in lorumerth.com. That's LORUMERTH.com. Takes you to my website. We got a lot of blogs on there talking about how to be a better content creator. We got links to all my stuff. We have a page there so you can go see my live stream, all the various things that we do. We actually offer a content marketing mentorship over on my Patreon. So if you want my time one-on-one, you got to pay me. I have the knowledge. But if you want to pay me for this, I will literally guide you to success like I've done with all my clients that I've taken from pennies to millions, from millions to tens of millions. I have the knowledge. If you want just like a freebie call, just so I can check in your stuff, hit me up. I'm happy to give you some free value. Anything else, you gotta pay your boy. The whole point is that I want you to do better, and I want to help you along that journey. So thanks very much, y'all. Live Button podcast. Join us.
I love it. I love it.
And Dad, where can they find you, brother?
Of course, twitch.tv/DadTheGamer, spelled GAM3R, and everything else is DadTheGamer. I'm on Twitch, YouTube. If you guys enjoy the Call of Duty content, make sure you guys check out just straight up DadTheGamer. If you guys enjoy the streaming stuff, the tutorials, that kind of stuff, check out Streaming with DadTheGamer. How about yourself, Pastorgainz?
Yeah, dude. So I have luckily snagged the same handle for every single social media platform. So I am Pastorgainz on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. If you like Elden Ring content, YouTube #2 is Pastorgainz Games, and you can find me over on Twitch at Pastorgainz. So make sure to hit that live button, subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube. Also, if you're listening to us over on Spotify and you happen to wander into our streams, just know that we freaking appreciate that. That's like
that is incredible. So, it's seriously the coolest thing ever.
It's so freaking crazy. So without further ado, guys, thank you so much once again, Laura. We appreciate it, guys. Have a wonderful day, evening, or morning, whichever time you're watching us, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Better, guys.
Bye.